So now let's talk about how to peak for the day that you want to look the best. I'm going to start here 4 days out from your desired peak date. So whatever that event is, pick a date 4 days out. And here's some of the changes that we're going to make. Starting 4 days out, D-4, we're going to keep carbs as low as is tolerable at this point. Now at this point, you're going to be the leanest you've been. So it's going to be pretty tough, whatever that amount realistically is to you. It kind of just comes down to like, how deeply do you want to suffer realistically? But carbs somewhere in the neighborhood of like 50 to 100 grams is probably going to be a good bet. And we're going to continue that low carb intake for the next 3 days. And then 2 days out, I would stop all strength training and hit cardio. Reason for this is just because strength training causes a little bit of water retention in your muscle, just because there's some inflammation from the training your body's trying to cover. So this will really just cut your water retention so that you look as dry, as they say in bodybuilding, but really as lean and as aesthetically awesome as possible. All right, day before, so this would be 24 to 36 hours before the event or the day that you want to look your best. We're going to eat a little different this day, and it'll probably be pretty enjoyable actually. So we're going to drastically increase our carbohydrate intake to something like 2 to 3 times body weight. So for our example gentleman, this would be 400 to 600 grams of carbs, which is quite a bit more than he's been eating previously. I would stick to carbs that are not at the high end of glycemic index. So I wouldn't just go with, maple syrup and pancakes on this day. I mean, you could, it would probably still work to be honest, but I would try to stick with like white rice, potatoes, carbs that are relatively simple, but not super, super high glycemic index. Fat, we're also going to push a little bit higher, about 0.5 gram per pound of body weight. So for our example individual, this would be 100 grams of fat. Protein, we're still keeping the same at 200. I would also, just to help a little bit more with any potential water retention, and make sure that when those carbs go in, your muscles are really starting to get volumized, so you get that pop look, but you're still looking dry and lean. I would limit water this day as much as possible. If you can keep it to like 36 ounces, maybe even less, that would be ideal. Now it's going to be tough when you're eating a ton of carbs, but if you really want to maximize kind of like the peak and the pop on that last day, it's what you got to do. And then sodium, I would also keep relatively low on this day. And we're not going to do any cardio on this day. So no cardio, no training. It's just a chill day for you to refill your glycogen stores and let your body get fully recovered and ready to look awesome on the peak day.